The world tells us the rainbow is a symbol of peace and diversity, but Yah never once called it a rainbow in the Old Testament. In Genesis 9:13, Yah says, I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. The Hebrew word here is kesheth, for bow, the same word used everywhere else for a weapon bow. Genesis 27:3. Now therefore, take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver and thy bow, kesheth, and go out to the field. Psalm 7, verses 12 through 13. If he turn not, he will whet his sword. He hath bent his bow, kesheth, and made it ready. He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. 2 Samuel 1, verse 18. Also he bade them, teach the children of Judah the use of the bow. Behold, it is written in the book of Jasher. And Jasher 56:9 says, And Jacob said unto Judah, I know, my son, that thou art a mighty man for thy brethren. Reign over them, and thy sons shall reign over their sons forever. Only teach thy sons the bow and all weapons of war, in order that they may fight the battles of their brother, who will rule over his enemies. Judah was commanded to be trained in the bow, because Judah was chosen for kingship and warfare. Genesis 49 verse 8 says, Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. The bow in Judah's hand was not just for show. It was training in Yah's weapon of war. This is prophetic. The remnant of Judah today are those who rise up, trained in Yah's bow, exposing the counterfeit rainbow and standing in his covenant truth. Now here's what I found that gets very interesting. Let's go back to Genesis 9 verse 13 and look at the word for cloud. That word is anan in Hebrew. It means cloud, covering. But the root word or verb usage of the word anan or cloud is Strong's number 86049, and it means to act covertly, to practice soothsaying, to conjure clouds, to cloud cover figuratively, to act covertly, i.e., practice magic, observer of times, soothsayer, or sorcerer. In Deuteronomy 18:10, the exact practices Yah forbids. The same Hebrew root holds Yah's holy covering cloud and man's counterfeit sorcery. This is no accident. Today we watch as men spray the sky, cover the sun, seed clouds, and manipulate weather. They are the modern cloud conjurers, using Anan in its forbidden sense, creating false signs in the heavens. And with their artificial clouds, they produce artificial rainbows, teaching the world that the covenant sign is a harmless arc of color. All the while, the true bow of Yah remains hidden in his cloud, restrained until the day of judgment. Genesis 9 was not the end of Yah's weapon bow. It was a pause, Selah. The covenant only says he will not destroy the earth again with water. It does not say his weapon of war will never be drawn again. Genesis 9 verse 16. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between Elohim and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth. The prophets saw it clearly. Psalm 7 verses 12 through 13 says, If he turn not, he will whet his sword. He hath bent his bow, kesheth, and made it ready. He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordaineth his arrows against the persecutors. Lamentations 2 verse 4 declares, He hath bent his bow like an enemy. He stood with his right hand as an adversary, and slew all that were pleasant to the eye in the tabernacle of the daughter of Zion. He poured out his fury like fire. And Habakkuk 3 verse 9, Thy bow was made quite naked, according to the oaths of the tribes, even thy words, Selah. Genesis shows us the bow set in the cloud, hidden in restraint. Jasher shows us Judah was trained in the bow to fight the battles of his brothers. The prophets show us the same bow, unsheathed, bent, and ready in judgment. And for the Judah remnant today, the word itself is the arrow. Psalm 45:5 says, "Thine arrows are sharp in the heart of the king's enemies, whereby the people fall under thee." Every time the remnant speaks Yah's word in truth, it is drawing his bow and letting arrows fly against the lies of the enemy. Do not be deceived. Yah's bow is not gone. It is hidden in his cloud until the appointed time. And he is training his Judah remnant now to know the true weapon and to expose the counterfeit. When the bow is revealed, the earth will tremble. Joel 2 verse 11. And Yah shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great. For he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of Yah is great and very terrible, and who can abide in it?